everyone. Okay, so I think last week was a rough week. It was a hard week to hear senior leaders speak about autism in the way that they did. It was hurtful to hear the HHS secretary use the language that he did last week to describe autism. Here we thought in April, as we are celebrating the autistic community and highlighting all of the strengths and wanting to ensure that this was a month where we were emphasizing inclusion and the importance of conclusion. And here we thought we did not need to focus on awareness because we thought everyone knew what autism was. And last week reminded us that, in fact, everyone does not know what autism is. Our very own HHS secretary, in fact, does not know what autism is. He used outdated and, quite frankly, misinformation to describe what autism is. Quite frankly, he described what autism is not. He cited claims that have been debunked time and time again. Claims that somehow our children are broken, toxic, or the result of bad science. And here we are in 2025. But that is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is, while I am excited about all of the videos that are flooding social media, highlighting autism awareness and what autism is, right? And what our kids and the community and our adults, our individuals, what they can do, right? I love that, right? I love all of that because we need to make sure that we are continuing to show, obviously, senior members in leadership, as well as the community at large, what autism is and what it is not. We need to take it a step further. We need to make sure that at the same time that we are flooding the internet and while we are flooding social media, highlighting what autism is, we need to make sure that we're taking it a step further. We need to make sure that we're taking it a step further. We need to make sure that we are calling our U.S. senators and our United States congresswomen and congressmen and making sure that you are educating them on what autism is and what autism is not, and the importance of that funding. Because let me tell you what last week started. When you dehumanize and devalue a community and an individual, that's step one. Step two is withdrawing the important and the necessary funding for our babies. And that is the next thing that is happening. And in some states, it has already started. If you do not act now. So again, I love all of this. Continue to show others and our community what autism is and what it is not, but I want us to make sure we are taking it a step further. It is about action. Like I said before, autism, this month of April, Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, it's about more than just educating people on what autism is, because obviously that is important too. But it is also about making sure you are advocating for the community. You are picking up that phone. You are calling the people that we have elected to represent our communities, and you are letting them know. Remind our elected officials why it is important to continue to fund our autistic and our neurodivergent communities. Help them to understand why every dollar is important. Help them to understand how critical those monies and that funding is for therapies, for direct service providers, for resources that help pour into and help our babies. Remind our elected officials that funding is not optional. Let them know how critical these dollars that are allocated to our community, let them know how essential it is. Let's make sure that we're not just protecting our community, we are making sure that they hear our voices. Let's make sure that the people that we put in office understand the needs of our community. Let's go out there and let's put action behind all of the work that we are doing. Let's make sure our leaders hear us loud and hear us proud.